I've used this quote before. Senator Sanders and others have talked about how well we've funded the VA over time, but still recognizing the increasing challenges that the VA has with more veterans, more complicated cases. The President in May of 2014 said, "The VA is resourced more in terms of increases than any other department or agency in my government." And now the VA comes back and blames Congress for the failure to have the necessary resources to meet the everyday needs at VA hospitals across the country. And I would point out, and I perhaps have gone beyond the theme of which you asked me my question, but the VA, in my view, everything I know, knew about the problems well in advance of the drugs that Senator Sanders was talking about. They were aware internally that they were going to have a shortfall at least since January, and only in the last 2 weeks has Congress been notified, and yet we're to blame. And secondly, my understanding is that the VA in their presentation to our staff yesterday indicated that this is probably not the only shortfall and that we can expect the need for additional dollars in the future. And maybe what the chairman is telling us is that with the plan that you and Chairman Miller are working on, by combining these accounts, you are coming up with a long-term solution. But the point I would make today is, one, I think it's wrong for the VA to blame Congress. We have lots of faults, but the VA management of this issue of a shortfall is woefully inadequate. And secondly, that if we solve this problem now, quote, solve this problem now, are we only setting the stage that months from now we'll be in the same position in which there's another shortfall with insufficient funds? And I guess, if you don't mind, Mr. Chairman, the third point is that choice apparently has become the bank by which we will potentially pay for that shortfall, but we're making decisions that are short-term. We passed the Choice Act to relieve the pressure of the VA from inability to provide the services, and now we take the money out of the Choice Act, the relief valve, to help them solve their problem with hospital care.